we're relatively clean on the plate, I'm going to do a final wipe of the edges. And so since we're wiping the edge, I will put this right on the edge of the magnet board, so I've got a nice sturdy edge to wipe. So once again, the same technique as we were doing on the preliminary edge wipe, but this time we're actually going onto the surface of the plate for this particular piece, because this particular piece has a border on it that shows off the fact that this is a photogravure-intaglio print. It allows you to see the embossment of the plate in the paper more distinctly than if we didn't do this. So I like to do it. Kind of a tip of the hat to the old photogravure process in copper, where there's actually a bevel on the plate because it's thick, and because of that bevel there would be a border. So I'll wipe the edge, and then I'll just check the rag to see how much ink is coming off, and when it starts to no longer be visible on my rag, then I can feel confident that the edge has been wiped adequately. Okay, so that's pretty good. I may do some palm wiping right before I put the plate onto the press. Palm wiping is a way to pull ink out of the highlights, the brightest highlights, and kind of move it into the mid-tones and the blacks. And it's a traditional technique used by printmakers, regardless of whether it's polymer or copper. Prior to doing that, though, I might take tissue. This is just commercial tissue paper, and do another wipe. Just a final light wipe to pick up highlights before I do the palm wiping at the very end. This just smooths out any scratches in the ink and brightens up the highlights a little bit. There are actually two sides of this tissue paper. One's a glossy, smooth side, and that's what I tend to use to smoothen out the scratches in the ink on the plate. There's also a rougher, more absorbent side that will pick up more ink, but may leave a little bit of scratching in the ink, not on the plate, but in the ink. And so I like to use the shiny side to buff the plate before doing the final palm wipe. Now that the edges have been cleaned properly, we're going to cover this up and start to prepare the paper.